We are working. Network is working. Yeah. Got a MAC address there. I'm pinging. And what network card am I using? Why, it's the original NE2000 compatible. The one that I started off with. Went to the Zircom many years ago. Tried 3Com. Doing this. Wow. It's working. How is it working? Thank you very much, Matthew Spence. I don't know. It just ticked off right there. You need to add the interrupt and the IRQ and the address in the packet driver switches. So mine looks like that. I was able to get that, and I'm able to ping. Wonderful. You know what? At this point, this is getting so very close to getting closed up. There's one or two more things I need to do internally. But yeah, there we go. Network is done. Oh, and how about this? Time is 12:05 p.m. Yes. Wait a second. What? Wow. Okay. July 10th, 2022. So I put that clock corrector thing driver on my original machine. I took out the battery that he had put in. I put it in mine. Yes. So this is done. I'm taking out the keyboard controller. I'm putting the original keyboard controller back in this. This one will still use the original keyboard. The one that I got on eBay will use the adapter. And the rest of this video, I'll put this on the side before I'm gonna close it up. But that's not the focus of this video now. There's more I need to do. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to be doing with the machine I got off of eBay. Because, like I said, it's not going to be just put off to the side and not, it will have a purpose. And I will go and do that now. Once I get the keyboard stuff right. So, had a little mini panic attack there. Button this up on the bottom and screwed the things in, and nothing would have turned it on. Nothing appears on the screen. So I went through what was changed, wiggled the cards around, swapped some around, took the keyboard controller out, put the other one back in, did other things. It's like, oh no, like, wait, this is at the very end. Why is it not working now? What was it? Well, the KVM just was bugging out. Hooked up this monitor directly to it. Yeah, works fine. Crisis averted. And I did take the battery thing out. I mean, full disclosure, the old battery did leak before, and even though it doesn't affect any of the current stuff, I looked at it closer, and around the battery, it's like, yeah, some of the traces might be a little not good. Like I said before in another previous video, it is okay for me if it's constantly in 1980. That's not a problem for me. So what am I doing now? Well, I'm getting the eBay one set up. The modified keyboard controller's in there. It'll be a kind of a funny setup. Hopefully it works when I get to it. The next part, let's see, this is my home. I am going to be restoring, where is that? Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Nope. Come on. There we go. Wait a second. Hold up one second. Yeah, okay. I was having such brain farts. So I am now, yes, I am restoring the image that I made from the original spinning disc that was in the eBay PC 6300 to a 512 megabyte compact flash card. What do I plan on doing with that? Well, what I want to try is this, which I never believed actually existed. I mean, this is actually something that's actually, it seems it's more unknown than the bus correction kit itself. This is an IDE adapter, IDE controller, 8-bit. And it's not an XT IDE. I mean, this is a new thing. It's like, couldn't get, IDE devices on an XT class device before that. Well, no, apparently you can. This was in the original machine. This works. And it's, well, I'm getting a 512 because, well, probably the partition size, or the hard drive size is limited. 512 is probably the max it can do because there are certain limitations, blah, blah, blah. I want to try this. This is crazy, actually, to me. And I do have the documentation here, which is interesting. It is one sheet, and I will be posting this as I've been doing with, if you look in the description, I'm having some of this documentation uploaded to archive.org. So, yeah, ADP-50 IDE host adapter. Who knew? Who knew? So, I mean, it's just installing it, and there's no drive configure, like, so, and it says, if ever pin appears working, proceed to your device preparation install sheet. Now, it isn't. So that goes on to the next part. Yeah, I don't know how this will work. If it will detect it, auto-detect, I don't know. We'll find out together. If that doesn't work, I am not resorting back to just using that hard drive. I will use the XT IDE and we'll go from there. This is the CD-ROM controller that was in the machine. I am not going to use it. I'm taking the drive out, keeping the 360 in here. But I'm taking the CD-ROM drive out. I have the CD-ROM drive in the other 6300. That's fine. I'm going to use the Compati card. So I'm going to have a 1.44 megabyte floppy in here as well. I'm going to be using the PVGA 1A-JK card, the VGA card that was in the other my original PC 6300, because even without the bus correction kit, this did work. This worked, so that should be fine. Last resort is to revert this machine to be using the onboard card again. I have a monitor. Haven't used it in a long time, so hopefully that's good. What I've noticed too is on this machine, the video adapter slash connector between the planar board and the motherboard and whatever is a different revision than what I have. I have what's like the Go 380, and look on the documentation for the bus correction kit, because there are 3 different versions and different things need to be done with those versions in order for external devices to run. Actually, that's another question though too, because I think, you know, this needed to be put in here in order for the external display adapters to work, I believe. It's in the documentation. I should have read that closer, but I never needed to. But I think, you know, there was a chip in here or whatever. If I don't have that, well, that's another issue. But if I revert it back, I hope I don't need to revert it back, and we'll work from there. And what is, yeah, I'll put a network card in there. Oh yeah, this one. Another NE2000, because now I know that TCP/IP works even probably without a bus correction. That's another thing to consider. Will that work without a bus correction? Well, we'll find out. If it tries to do high-low and low-high, it might screw that up. And Boca, all I'd be using it for, it's not going to be an EMS. I can use it for the 64K UMB. Or worst comes to worst, and I do need to resort to using this, I can use some of the address space for the external video device to use for additional memory, maybe. Well, anyway, here we go. So let's power this off because it completed. And I'm going to hook that up and catch me on the flip side. Sanity check, making sure that this boots, and it's booting with my PVGA card, so that is working as kinda should. This is another the bootstrap. Okay, oh, so is it hard coded to use that IDE card? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, no, it's not. Dummy. It's trying to boot from the floppy drive, and there's nothing in there. There's nothing connected. Dummy. Okay. All right. So, there is one thing that it doesn't do with that. The cursor. There's no blinking cursor. Yes. So that is working as it should. This power supply and fan. These are actually louder than what I have, which is interesting. But one thing I did want to see, because I was saying that there's many hours on this, and you know, in the listing it said there wasn't, but I mean, it's old. It is an old drive and whatever. And I, you know, just wanted to hook it up and run Crystal Disk information. Yeah, there's no information about it whatsoever on there. So I just, you know, wanted to clarify that. It's like, I don't not trust the seller. I mean, obviously he was great, awesome, you know. But I mean, the bearing, I just hear it. It's weird. Anyway, I'm gonna go plug this in with the compact flash, see what happens. Everything is all temporary, and like, even if it does want to, not necessarily that it's gonna boot first, because with the compact flash you might need to do the F-Disk MBR trick. But yeah, the strange IDE controller is in there, and let's power it on. Yeah, see, there should be blinking, right? But whatever. It's not gonna. There we go. ADP 50. So, yeah. Non-system disk or disk error. F-Disk MBR. I'm gonna boot from one of those 5 1/4 floppies and see if it actually, is there a version of F-Disk in DOS 5? Yeah, there should be. So this disk was in there. Boot and some utils, MS-DOS 5, can be used for hard drive workup. So First time I'm trying that floppy drive. And the floppy disk, obviously. Sounds like it's going. Yeah, see, I haven't had a 360. Okay, so let's try and look for that. I have not had a 360 drive in here forever. So anyway, and yeah. So is there? fdisk. fdisk.exat. Okay. That's not gonna work, is it? Yeah. I'll be back. That was quick. Okay, one simple rename fdisk.exat to fdisk.exe. Yeah, that works. It sees the drive. It sees the drive. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Exit fdisk and doing. See, there's no prompt. There's no blinking prompt, which is actually kind of disturbing, actually. So I was living with that with the other one for a long time, so it's not anything new though. MBR. R. There's a cursor there. Funny. All right. Reboot. Reboot time. Take the floppy out. All right. All right. That's not as easy as that. Okay. More thinking of needs to be done. I didn't catch it when I started, but bingo, bingo. It's booted off of the compact flash card. Yeah, all I did was boot from the floppy again. I did a sys-c. There we go. There we go. The IR. The R and T on this keyboard ain't great, but I'm not pressing it probably hard enough. So yeah, this is on the hard drive. The compact flash. It's going to take a little while to compute the size. Bytes free. That's nice. So that's what? That's 30 megs free. Thereabouts. Cool. Well, I will do that from the get-go. I'll start that up. I'll reboot. And yeah, this card is just freaking my mind. And there you go. So we have compact flash and a PC 6300 without an XT IDE. So yeah, I'm gonna be cleaning up the auto exec and everything else, but that is wonderful, wonderful. I want to see if it actually sees it all. Sorry for the glare. Actually, that's annoying. I know. It's going to be easier for me to do. Cards everywhere. Okay, so that's closer for me to type. What I want. Wait, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. After this. See, why did he do that? Why didn't he want to use fdisk? It's all Norton or whatever? I don't know. I mean, this is all backed up. This is all free range, so So we can see that, you know, we have the 2 partitions there. We have the drive C is 60 megs, and there's nothing else. Oh, it didn't copy over the free space. So 198. Oh, yeah. Yes, it did. It did. I'm dumb. So I want to delete extended. Wait a sec. Before I do that, I'm gonna go over to drive D. It should be drive D, right? Because it was partitioned for 2. Yeah. What does it think is drive D? D should be the other drive. But there was nothing on that, right? Actually, a good way to check, actually, since I have this hooked up. D drive. Yeah, so the D drive on the other machine. Yeah, there was nothing on there, so which is good. I guess there was a reason why I actually hooked that up for that. But it does not like that. So, I'm just going to delete that extended. I'm going to see if it sees all 512. I am completely confused about that. That might be more of a shock than the bus correction, because by all accounts that really shouldn't exist. So delete logical drive and extended. No logical drive. Well, that's the reason why I didn't want to do that. 3, delete extended. Total disk space is 480. It sees it. It will be lost. Yes, and yes. I don't need the extended. That's fine. Yeah. Deleted. Now, let's display again. Just make sure. Create extended. Create extended size of 484. Yep. Yeah, that is crazy. That is crazy. And we can see what's in there. That's cool. We'll restart and we'll need to format. But yeah. Mind blown. Mind blown. Now I'm sure, yeah, I mean, like, I have a 2 gig card. I'm not going to be putting that on here. It wouldn't be worth it. Format D. Not format via. Okay. This guy did some strange stuff with it, to the detriment of some other things, because if you're used to how that's supposed to work, yeah, I'm gonna figure what he did on there. Probably made a batch file, and probably that the F disk was a batch file too at some point. Negatives. So in the other videos or whatever on my original PC 6300, you saw that the edit command would make the screen shift over. You know, if it's colored text mode, it does it here. But unlike, unlike the one in the PC DOS 2000, exiting and reopening doesn't change that fact. I might want to put that edit program on here, or maybe in the long run just even put PC DOS 2000 on this machine as well, which is definitely an option. But for the format, it was a format bash file. Edit it uses Z format. So where is the original format? I don't know. I'm going to search and or maybe use Z format. I don't know. I wish that was more normal. You know, just bare bones install of that would have been nicer, at least in my case. So I'm pretty sure Z format is that their DOS's format utility. I'm pretty sure of that. Just renamed so it doesn't interfere with the bash file. Now this looks really nice. It's known as format 484. Okay, let's just name it D. And that looks so screwy. I'm gonna reboot. Yeah. So limitations without the bus correction kit are rearing its head, definitely. But yeah, we'll see how that works with some of the applications I'm thinking of using on this, which would be, like imaging utilities for 360K and stuff like that. So yeah, now we can go to D-I-R C-H-K-S-K. That definitely was reading. It's just taking a long time because we have... Oh yeah, well, and then just volume D. Cool. Yep, okay. So that, that controller card too does automatic hard drive detection, which is, great because, oh wow, man, that, sorry, the color was extremely wrong on that. Because it doesn't say anything on here. It's just like plug it in, and it's done. And yes, it is done. So, let's see. Do I want to do that now or yeah, I will do it now. Compati card is in. The funny thing is, there were no cables that were in the machine. I don't think that were twisted. So that should be okay. I don't know. I mean, I'm using the same floppy drive. Put that. I love how the faceplate's the excellent color for it. A's still down there, and yep. So that is there. That is there. That is there. I'm probably gonna have to move stuff around maybe, but as it is now, this is probably gonna be the last part of this video, I believe. So let's turn it on. We're on 3. Light's not on, so that's good. That light turned on, which is good. And so this, since this is the yep, no CD-ROM drive, yeah. Since this is the original install that he did, he said his is the E drive. Yepper. Alright, doesn't need a twist. Let me grab a floppy disk. Grab one. That's taped. Okay, that's good. One of these. Any one of these as a backup. All right. retry. DIR. Oh, you hear it. That's good. Very good. So that Compati guard is working with a 3.5 inch 5.44. So yeah, it's just interesting stuff in this machine, like what it came with. It's very cool stuff, and I will add more to it later. Probably that bokeh, a network card. See what I can do about. I mean, if I do all just text stuff like this, even though there's no cursor, I do have a display, and I can put it on a monitor that that's not its own monitor. So anyway, at this point, I think I'm happy how this video turned out, because we're basically wrapped up on this. I'm waiting for one more part, which should be coming tomorrow, which is on the outside, making sure that the the COM port still works too, because the mouse, haven't talked about that. And this one, yeah, I didn't put the extra cover on this either. The way that one is, I left. It doesn't need it. It doesn't really need it. There's just a lot more screws to take apart if you need to work on anything. But as that is, I'm happy how nice this went back together. You know, trying out different parts, especially that 512 megabyte compact flash card, and that I will not get over that. But right now, take care. And I will see, there's going to be at least one more video on the series. So I know you're looking forward to that.